Did you get that? I just... Now say hello. It's a lot. I'm a little nervous. I've got
to Victoria if you want.
Yes, those are all of the pictures that you see there.
Great, thank you. I mean, any of that has been around I'm doing a video.
Okay, Lewis,
Yeah.
meet Charles.
Oh. Hang on a minute. I gotta shut this off. I'm good. It's a video.
Oh yeah.
You want to say happy birthday?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Your mother's delicious.
I'm gonna go chase that. Say happy birthday. Happy
Birthday,
I don't know where I'm looking for
And Jody.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Victoria.
Say happy birthday. It's a video. Say happy birthday. Say happy birthday, huh?
Now that we have a picture, don't let your eyes relax.
No, this is a video. Video.
I think this might be a video.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Victoria.
Happy birthday,
And many
Victoria.
more.
Video. Say hi, happy birthday, Victoria. Mom.
It is truly an honor to be here tonight as we celebrate Victoria Hentrich, our honoree. Let's give her a round of applause because she hasn't been an honor enough tonight. We welcome you to this joyous occasion honoring a true icon. We're going to call you an icon. Okay. A true icon in the world of events and celebrations. We gather to celebrate the remarkable journey of the inimitable Victoria, whose passion for creating unforgettable moments has touched every life of everyone in this room. For decades, Victoria has been the mastermind of some of the most exquisite weddings, birthdays, and so many special occasions. Her meticulous attention to detail, creative flair, and dedication to perfection has earned her the reputation as a true 5-star event producer. So as we celebrate Victoria's 90th birthday, we also celebrate a lifetime of spreading joy and creating memories that will last even further, way beyond denial. She's a visionary, she's a trendsetter, and most importantly, a beloved friend to all of us here. But you know, it's not just about her birthday. It's about her legacy. It's about her legacy as a woman who has spanned 9 incredible decades. 9. Thousands of events she's managed with elegance, energy, and that signature sparkle that only she can bring to any evening. Tonight we honor the incomparable Victoria, who at 90 years is still the life of the party. I mean, you've seen her go. She'll be out on this dance floor. It's gonna happen. So, and yes, of course, this is another Victoria Hentrich production that we're all sitting in and standing in. So she just can't quit. So let's take a moment and take a look at this milestone birthday. Victoria was born in 1935 when a loaf of bread was 8 cents. The first canned beer had just hit the shelves, and the world was still listening to music on vinyl the first time around. When she was a child, there was no color television. Phones had cords and switchboard operators. A cloud was just something in the sky, and streaming, what was that? That was something you did when you were fly fishing, right? Yeah. She grew up during the time of black and white films, handwritten invitations, and yet she has remained vibrant and current and cutting edge in an industry that constantly reinvents itself, and you've been a part of that reinvention. Think about Victoria and think about what she has seen. 16 U.S. presidents have taken office during her time. Wow. You may or may not have voted for all of them. I don't know. We'll talk about that later off the record.
Well, we do know.
Oh, we do know. That's true. Thank you, Lynn Meredith. Appreciate that. She watched as women gained more rights, more space at the table, and in her case, more command over the seating chart. Her events have ranged from post-war dance halls to now Instagrammable bridal showers, from black and white photography to drone shot engagement proposals, from rotary phones to remote controlled lighting. She has not only kept up, she has stayed ahead. In fact, she went from a time when women were expected to stay behind the scenes to becoming the director of every scene she could possibly direct.
Amen.
Amen. And what a memory maker they've all been. Victoria's created unforgettable moments, and some unforgettable moments for brides, birthday boys, debutantes, and plenty of CEOs along the way. She has turned she's turned backyards into ballrooms, and ballrooms into wonderlands. She's made magic with fresh flowers, glitter, and the ever-present timeline spreadsheet, because everything has to be done perfectly. We appreciate that detail. She's never met a detail she couldn't perfect, or a candle she couldn't get lit just in time for the big surprise of blowing them out. But what's most inspiring about Victoria is that she's not only the work she's done, it's the life that she's lived while doing it. She's shown us what it means to age with grace and gumption. She's never stopped moving, never stopped learning, and never stopped showing up. And we so appreciate that about her. Always beautifully dressed, clipboard and cell phone in hand, usually, and ready to solve whatever chaos might walk through the door, and it usually does. She's a living example that passion does not retire, that laughter keeps you young, that true style is timeless, and that one woman with vision and verve really can make a lifetime of celebrations look effortless, like you've done. So if you'll join me in a round of applause in wishing Victoria a very happy birthday. And we have a few other really fantastic speakers. But before that, I'd like to introduce a composition by Austin that Austin wrote, your grandson, that'll be played on the piano tonight by Hank himself. So, and I will see you all in a minute. Austin, come tell us about what you were thinking when you composed that for your grandmother.
Oh,
Do you mind? Come on up.
Man, I'm kind of nervous.
You're fine. You're gonna do good.
Well, I don't know. Like, I guess whenever I'm making music, I just kind of convey like an emotion that I'm like currently having, and so I guess it's just like I don't really like know how to explain it because it's just so in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good.
So, and it's usually just I can look back on that by listening to like the music, and so yeah,
Well,
that was so amazing. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin.
Thank you.
We're going to come chat about their favorite mother. That's Chip Hentrich, her oldest son, Jennifer Hentrich, Andrew Hentrich, and his wife, Susanna, are going to share a little bit about what it's like to grow up in the Hentrich household.
Thank you. Good job. All right. Are my siblings going to join me?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thank you,
Yep.
everyone. We're so happy you're here.
Yes, we are. I'd like to just start by saying how lucky we all feel to have this wonderful woman as our mother. And it's an honor and a privilege, for sure. I don't have any words prepared, but I just wanted to say that, Mom, we love you very much, and thank you for everything you've done and all the magic that you've created for everybody in this room and everybody else at all the parties that you've created. There should be a museum where people can go and see these works of art.
There
that
is a
you've
book.
created.
I was about to say that.
There's a book.
Find the book.
But there should be a museum. Someday, maybe when they invent 3D immersive cameras and people can take pictures of these events that you can walk into.
I've been trying to get holographs for a long time.
Yeah.
They cost a lot.
So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you. And thanks for coming.
Thank you
all for being here to celebrate my beautiful mother on her 90th birthday. Your presence means so much to us, and I've had the pleasure of working by her side for many years. The first event I worked for her at the young age of 13 was the opening of the Rob Roy development in Westlake, and I scooped ice cream for 1,000 people with 3 of my friends, and we couldn't move our wrist for over a week. And then another time in high school, it was a circus event on the top of an opening of a building, and we thought it was a great idea, or you did, to bring a live elephant. Well, the elephant didn't like that idea. I'm dressed like a clown, trying to get this elephant to cooperate, holding peanuts, trying to lure it to go in the right direction. The elephant went and sat on a brand new Mercedes. And so that was on the evening news, and I wish I could find that footage. So if y'all could help me, what year was that? 87, 86 or something. That was so much fun. Anyway.
For the elephant.
That was the start of my event planning career that is taking me all over the world by my mother's side, making dreams come true for our clients. We have been to the most beautiful places in the world together, and we both share a true joy in creating magical moments turned into memories in people's lives. From milestone birthdays in the Caribbean, Mexico, and more, to weddings in Ireland and Italy, and corporate events in Paris, New York, LA, just to name a few. Our love for our family, friendships, and tradition is at the core of our events. I feel blessed that my mom has instilled these qualities in me. Thank you, Mom, I love you. And beyond the events themselves, it was Mom's passion for creativity and her unwavering dedication to making people happy that truly shaped my journey. Or even if it wasn't just about making dreams come true for our clients, it was about the joy she found in bringing people together. And here we are now. Happy birthday to my beautiful mom.
Well, I didn't prepare anything, so don't worry, this won't be long. But thanks everyone for coming out. Happy birthday, Mom. 90 years, wow. And my wife is gonna say a few words now, Suzanne.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try not to cry. I read this to Jennifer and Kaylee the other day, and Jennifer cried. First of all, what a milestone, 90 years. That's a big deal, not just because of the number itself.
You can do it, Suzanne.
You've got this.
I don't know why I'm crying.
It's okay. It's okay. You're safe.
But because of what it represents in this case, it's 90 years of strength, a lot of sass, stories, love, and a whole lot of laughter. I remember my very first dinner at Victoria's house. I was 16 years old. Just the nervous new girlfriend dating her son who tried to warn me on what to expect. I remember choking on a piece of bread from sheer nerves, and I remember that glass of champagne with the strawberry floating in it. And yes, I know I was only 16, but looking back now, I mean, it was the 80s, so it was I've known Victoria for 38 years, and she's been like a second mom to me. And the truth is, we talk every day.
She calls me every day.
At 10 a.m. And our relationship has gone through every emotion you can imagine. We've loved each other, we've laughed, we've disagreed, and we've overstepped. Both of us have. But underneath it all, there's always been respect, and it all comes back to love. From the very beginning, Victoria brought her own kind of magic to everything she touched. Dinner at her house was never just dinner, it was theater. The table was a stage, the lighting just right, and every detail was handled with care, with elegance, and yes, a little extra flair. Sunday dinners became tradition. It was a place where we connected, shared stories, and laughed until our cheeks hurt. And after years of those Sunday gatherings, I can now set a table blindfolded and have it look like something out of a magazine. She taught me that presentation matters almost as much as dessert. And then there was the magical Christmas Eve. She hired Santa Claus every single year. And Santa gave a gift to all the kids. And then finally Johnny caught on. He watched Santa drive away in a Volkswagen van. And I've traveled the world. And I can honestly say that she is the best travel companion ever. And one of my favorite trips with her was to Positano and then on to Pompeii, and we walked together through the ancient ruins, imagining the lives once lived there, and taking in the history with awe. And then there was the ride with our driver, Giuseppe. Remember? Yes.
Yes, Jennifer.
Let's just say there were moments.
They like blondes in Italy, you know.
Let's just say there were moments when we questioned his navigation skills, and between the sharp turns and the windy roads, we were laughing so hard we could barely breathe. And Jennifer, wink, wink, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Another favorite memory was when we were flying to San Francisco, and Jennifer, my nephew Austin, and for complicated reasons, got kicked off the plane. And we were both so embarrassed.
We were on our way to the other nephew's birthday party in San Francisco.
Yeah. And we acted like we didn't know that, and we were like, nope, we don't know that. And so we had hired a driver to pick us up at the airport in San Francisco, and so he had the car seat all ready, and he looked at me and Victoria, was like, where's the baby? And we looked at each other and were like, oh my God, we forgot the baby.
And they didn't plan that.
No, it was so funny. But Victoria is the heart of the family. The matriarch who has shown us that true strength is gentle and that real elegance comes from making people feel at home. She's unforgettable, whether you've known her for 5 minutes or 50 years. And if that wasn't enough, she even wrote a book, fulfilling a dream she had carried for decades. She didn't just talk about wanting to do it, she sat down, she did the work, and made it happen. That alone is inspiring because it shows us that dreams don't expire with age. So whether you're 19 or 90, it's never too late to create something lasting, something that has your voice, your heart, and your name on it. Her book isn't just pages and words, it's proof that determination, passion, and belief in yourself can turn someday into right now. So tonight we raise our glasses to you, Victoria, for your 90 years of grace, grit, glamour, and the courage to chase your dreams and see them through. Thank you for all the advice, the lessons and the laughter, the adventures and the love. Happy birthday. We love you.
Love you.
The only people that call me Lewis is my mother and Victoria.
Okay, all right.
Everybody else calls me Lewis.
Okay, great.
Right, Victoria?
Okay.
Good. Well, good evening, everyone. It's a real honor to be here tonight to celebrate Victoria's 90th birthday. And the display of what's coming in the near future with her new book, A Lifetime Dream of Hers, I believe. Victoria and I are first cousins. Her mother and my father were brother and sister. both of which were the first generation from Italian immigrants back in Boston, Massachusetts. When Victoria was in high school, it seems like she was always looking for something different, something new creative idea when she was the head cheerleader for her high school. And part of that was that when a young woman back in the 50s graduated from high school, sort of the family expectation was that a couple of years, you wouldn't go to college, a couple of years later you get married, and you would learn how to be a good wife, a good mother, a good cook, a good dishwasher, and all the other stuff that these great married women do. But somehow that wasn't for her. She was determined to go to new and different heights. And I guess tonight is a testimony to her achieving that. Now, one of the stories that she likes to tell about me is a situation when I was just a year old. So I really don't remember it. I only became aware of it after she told me. And I was only about one, and her job and her sister's job was to take care of me while her brother was being born. Well, she almost dropped me down a storm drain. And I laugh about it now, but if I was 10 years old, I probably would have really panicked. But what it did was, after hearing the story, believe it or not, it remained in my mind to this day. When I walk down the street, if I see an open manhole and stuff, I walk way around it. And if I got my car keys in my hand, I'm afraid that it's going to drop down into the... So she gave me a gift that keeps giving, and thank you, Victoria, for that memory. But all kidding aside, I really have never met a happier, more energetic person. I never lived here in Austin. I've lived all in the Boston area my life. I would speak to Victoria occasionally on the phone, and I mean, at the end of the conversation, I was always end by saying, Victoria, you got the greatest job in the world because you're the happiest person I've ever talked to. You're always positive. You're always on the front end of everything. And she never really changed. Now that she's 90 years old, she is just as energetic and just as happy. All you have to do is look at her and see the smile that's always on her face. So I know I only had 2 minutes tonight, but being of Italian heritage, not many Italians can say much in 2 minutes. So I apologize if I go over a little bit. But I'd like to close tonight with a couple of lyrics from a beautiful musical piece that I use a lot as a soundtrack in some of my videos. And the song was written in the early 40s, I think 1943 to be exact. And it was first sung by Frank Sinatra in probably a totally unknown movie, black and white movie, called Higher and Higher. Kind of leans into the title of your book. Huh? I won't sing it and embarrass myself. I'm not Frank Sinatra, but I would like to recite it, just so you can get a feel for what it sounds like. The lyrics are, this is a lovely way to spend an evening. Can't think of anything I'd rather do. This is a lovely way to spend an evening. Can't think of anyone as lovely as you. So, happy birthday.
I know her as Mrs. Hentrich. She was my third grade teacher in 1966 at Cherry Bound Elementary School. And everything she did was like over the board. It was great. It was so much fun. And she was so artistic. I remember, you know, no matter what we studied, in any subject, she was a part. And she would dress the part. And we would dress the part. And she was always, every morning, she was just so happy with a great smile. The whole class, we all loved her so much. And I'll never forget the time when it was during Thanksgiving time. It was the pilgrims, you know, and of course, the night before I told my mom, Miss Hentrich says I have to be Chief Bastard tomorrow. So I know that my mother made an Indian costume out of leather, and Miss Hentrich was dressed up like a pilgrim. And you know, our whole class was dressed up as you know, during that time as pilgrims. And the Catholic Shore women loved Miss Hentrich also. They loved her to death. So what they did, they prepared a Thanksgiving meal for our classroom. And that day, the American Statesman came to our school, and she and I came out in the newspaper before that. And in my life, I never stopped thinking of her. And then again, in 1980, a friend of mine was getting married, and I was his best man. And his mom kept saying, Victoria, about Victoria this and Victoria that. And I had no clue. And then when it was the rehearsal dinner, I said, that's Miss Hentrich. I said, my favorite teacher, I love her so much. So I hadn't seen her since 1966 and until I started in 1980. And I was just so happy. And my sister was in the other third grade class, and her teacher, what was so weird was, I close her to Mrs. Hentrich when she was in Boston. Mrs. Cantor. And it just so happened that with the elementary school Miss Hentrich taught at, Miss Cantor was there also, that first day of school, you know, the school. And so our classes did a lot of things together, and it was just like so much fun all the time. But I wasn't surprised at all when I later found out that, you know, Miss Hentrich ended up being an event planner because she was too talented to be a teacher. And she was just too over the board to be a teacher. And I kid you not, every day when class ended, we all lined up, and we all gave her a kiss on the cheek. Our whole class, we loved her so much.
Oh, wow. Too good.
And I remember Miss Hentrich would wear that frosted pink lipstick. Do you remember? That's great. And she was the best dresser. Oh my God, she dressed killed every day in class. She dressed so good. And I'll let my sister Ruby say something.
I just want to say that thank you so much for including us in your celebration. You come up in conversations with our family all the time. We've never forgotten you. You have been just a true inspiration to our family. Buster and I are 11 months apart, and we ended up in the same grade early in school. And we've never held any jealousy or rivalry between us, but I was so jealous that you weren't my teacher. And Mrs. Cantor happened to have been one of my favorite teachers as well. But I think that you were my role model to be a fashionista. You were always I couldn't wait to see what you had on the next day. Besides having such a big heart. And we all love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Miss Hentrich. I love you.
Who is also wearing pink frosted lipstick? What are the chances? Come on up, Violet.
What a lovely and special event tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to change up a little bit of what I was going to say because of what everybody said about you. I am truly honored to be here to help you celebrate 90 years of wisdom. Because you don't get to 90 without some bumps and bruises, and you and I have talked about those bumps and bruises over the years. Incomparable Victoria Hentrich. Our friendship spans over 25 years, and many of you here in attendance have been witness to her generosity. Try not to get verklempt, but we were partners with the March of Dimes, and in the 10 years that I worked with Victoria, and she donated her time, and every year it was a different theme, and it was sort of a wedding that you want to be invited to in Austin, because the themes were so unique. People were stealing ideas left, right, and center. Right? Am I right?
They still are.
But I want to share with you that when I asked Victoria to help, she didn't hesitate. And she did it for 10 years with me, and then many more years with other folks, because I was on the board and I was doing it for a personal reason. But we raised $120 million in 10 years and started a revenue stream for the March of Dimes. And they sustainably raised $25 million a year with that event. And it would not have been successful without Victoria. So what I want to talk about is Victoria's legacy of creating joy and awe. When you walk into a room that Victoria has put her hands on, the first thing you witness with your eyes, and all your senses are clicked in, right? Smell, touch, everything. The first time you walk in is just, oh my God. And here's the thing that I want to leave with everyone. Victoria's company is called Creative Consultants. It's very appropriate because she is the most creative person I know. Just picture a couple of moments with me. I can't talk about all of them because I'll be here for hours. And I understand we have time limit, do we? Picture Rod Stewart. Everybody knows Rod Stewart, right? Yes. In a tent with butterflies superimposed in a white tent. You don't know what you're walking into, but you're walking into a private concert with Rod Stewart for under 100 people. Yes. Lots of important people were there. And then picture Kenny G. Everybody knows Kenny G here? Kenny G playing in a room surrounded by roses the size of my head. I had never seen roses like this, and I won't even talk about the seafood buffet, but I love Kenny G, so I wanted a picture with him. That was one of the best things that night. But Etta James, the icon Etta James, she was at the same event, the same night. Etta James that you hear, and if you've seen the movie with her, you know, is not the Etta James that Victoria brought to the party. She was raw and unfiltered. She said all the F words, and I loved her because she was the epitome of a strong woman, and it was wonderful. And I love to tell people that I saw her at a private concert. Next, at the same event, dancing with Cirque du Soleil performing for your dinner enjoyment. Okay? And then dancing to Hall & Oates.
You're right.
And it wasn't just dancing with Hall & Oates, it was these hunks dressed up like Lion King, painted. And you wanted to go on the dance floor because Victoria orchestrated this. And then there was a wonderful Vegas party with the Liberace. The Liberace look-alike. There was diamonds all around. I have some of those diamonds at home. I stole some. But some of the weddings that I have been very fortunate to attend that Victoria orchestrated, and we have some folks in this room who hired Victoria. When you walk into, every wedding was different. She never did the same thing twice. The weddings were amazing. the food, the smell, the cake, the flowers. I hear someone said when they walked in, and this was not scripted, but I'll share this story because my good friend Lynn shared this with me. Someone said to her when she was standing in when he was standing in the hallway of the roses, the doorway of the roses, that this is what heaven must smell like. Thank you. Now, so I want to share with you that, you know, the weddings, the charity events that you did one with me where we had a cake the size of a car in the shape of a castle from the lady in New York. I don't remember her name. Sylvia Weinstock, thank you. I mean, I could talk, but it would sound like I'm bragging because I was at all of these things, and I'm a little bit, because I feel fortunate to have been there. But I personally, my children love Victoria because I had a Christmas party for my neighborhood folks every year for a number of years. And Victoria always did unique things. Like there was a cowboy playing in a gauze tent, telling stories with fake fire. There was Santa in a bus, and all the kids went to see Santa. And by the way, whether they believed in Santa or not, because they got a teddy bear, right? There was the disco ball, and everybody was dancing in my renovated garage that was blacked out. It was great. Look, my kids couldn't be here, but they wanted me to tell you that they love you, and thank you for including them. And I wanted to share with all of you that the thing that I take away from Victoria is that she takes us on this journey with everything she does that surpasses your own imagination. And you feel like a kid, an adult, but the child in you comes out, you feel like you're in a fantastical journey. And your own imagination, your wildest imagination and wildest dreams could not get to what Victoria produces. It's true. I mean, some of the things that you have done, I think about all of the time because I have a good imagination, but you have an amazing imagination and you never do the same thing twice. So I wanted to leave you with that memory of Victoria, this wonderful woman who's a legacy, who's a strong woman who recreated her life, life events that changed her. And I consider myself a strong woman, but Victoria is an ironclad woman. She has taught us what it's like to be a strong woman. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. So, I wanted to say join me in a Texas hoop and holler, but you guys already did it. But thank you so much. Thank you for letting me speak.
Dean Martin Celebrity Rose. Thank you, Violet. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Christine Aubrey, who claims to be Victoria's best friend. But I think we can all claim to be that tonight. But we'd love to have you come up, Miss Aubrey.
Good evening. I have to confess that when I start dropping these and fumbling and can't read, that at my age, this isn't the way I used to do it. I used to have a 3x5 card, just a few words jotted down, but of course, now my eyes and my short-term memory cause for all the aids. It's okay. Anyway, this event is so exciting. I call it a special event. We all know Victoria loves special events. And tonight, she herself is our favorite event.
Yes.
Turning 90 is a very big deal. But to turn 90 and look and feel and act and talk like you are 50 is a whole next level special event. And amazingly, I'm not exaggerating. Victoria and I have a monthly dinner date at Jeffrey's Bar. Frequently, people are attracted by our fun and friendship and laughter and come over and say, "Who are you?" They come over to find out what's going on. When it comes out that Victoria is 90, people are truly stunned. I know it's true because I've been lucky enough to spend the past 55 years with her. In my case, 55 years of devotion and love and hilarious friendship. In 1970, I was a young bride, new to Austin, where I didn't know a soul. Mercifully, I was introduced to Victoria, and immediately she adopted me into her family and circle of friends. Just to give you a peek into that era, we shared the fun of cooking. Vincent Price cookbook, Kelly Corbett's cookbook, the Silver Palette cookbooks, all introduced to me by Victoria. You took me in like you have done for so many people in this room. When I was pregnant, you found my obstetrician. When my baby was born, she was there with all the invaluable suggestions. Christine, you don't need to let a baby cry. Oh, here's a better way to pin the diaper. Use this for diaper rash, not that. They're small things as I describe them, but especially to all you mothers in the room. But to be a new mother, each one was a miracle that I did not know about. Most of all, Victoria taught me the joy and magic of young babies and mothers. Every milestone was a cause for celebration. At Sarah's first birthday, there's a photo of you sitting in the grass of our house on Woolridge, reading Snow White to the wandering toddlers, all making their way, staggering towards you. Thank you for that image, and thank you for being there at the beginning of so many milestones. Thank you for sharing joy and sadness. Thank you for the incalculable hours of laughter. Most of all, thank you for arriving at age 90 with your usual panache. It's not, oh gosh, usual panache. It's not just a birthday party, but the celebration of your first book publishing. What's next, Victoria? Thank goodness you are never done. I love you very much.
More surprises. Our next guests are more of Victoria's best friends. It's a room full of us again. Patricia Denton and Thekla Bonnet, who you know from your time in Juneau, Alaska.
Yes.
I don't think a lot of us knew that there was a past for Juneau, Alaska, so I cannot wait to hear about this. Ladies, if you can come on up.
Okay, I am leaving school and I'm going to Alaska to be a teacher. And here's how I became a teacher. I sent them a message that said, could you send me a piece of paper so I can apply to a job at your district? And I got back a telegram hiring me. Okay, so you know I'm in trouble already, right? And I get there, and I've been in a school setting, learning how to be a teacher, and you kind of pick books that go with your kids. Well, suddenly I had 36 kids, and not all of them could read the third grade book. So I walked down to the office and I said, I need probably about 15 second grade books to just get these kids started. They can't read the third grade books. And they looked at me and said, oh, we don't do that here. So I walked down to the second grade teacher, who happened to be our delightful person over here, and I said, I'm in trouble. I've got 36 kids in this class. At least half of them cannot read the third grade book. She said, don't worry about it. I will send a little kid up to your room every afternoon so that you can do the second grade, because she was teaching second grade. You can use the second grade books to get your kids started. Oh, you can't imagine what a relief that was. So thank you very much for that. And then the next story that I like to tell about her is she was already doing party planning. I had to go all the way from Juneau to the other place up there. Yeah. To get something to wear to her party, because you couldn't buy it in Juneau, believe me. So we all show up. There's some pictures around, I think, of that event. And my friend here is going to talk about that as well. The other thing she did was plan a party. But now, keep in mind that in Alaska, it doesn't get daylight, it doesn't get dark in the summer until about midnight, 11 o'clock, midnight, something like that. So she decided we should have a wonderful formal party at the place that the boat came in. And we're going to have this party at 9 o'clock at night. So when these people get off the boat and look around, they're going to see it's not a picnic. We had tablecloths, we had, candelabra, we had the works. And you can imagine the delight as people came off the boat and went, huh? So we thanked her all along. She just kept adding to the joy.
Well, I knew her when she wasn't famous. Sort of. So, what we had, I was privileged to host her 30th birthday party at my house. And because she was the senior in our group, she was the eldest, so we had it at my house. And we all wore black and pearls. All of us. The men didn't. But we all wore black, and we had the house decorated. I had a kind of a sideboard in the dining room, and I put 4 candles on each, put a black cloth over it, looked like a casket. Then we had Patricia's husband, Dave Warden, come into the room, and he wore my husband was a clergyman, and this was in the parsonage of the church that we had in Juneau, and wore my husband's robes, black one, the Jesuit kind. And he came in and he held a candle and he said, "I am the ghost of birthdays past." And we all just loved that. And so I have known Victoria for a long time. And she was full of it then too. Vim and vigor. And we all enjoyed it, and we had quite a few functions. The other one I just want to mention very quickly, the governor at the time in Alaska was Bill Egan and his wife Neva. And Victoria and I had a fashion show at the governor's mansion. Victoria made sure that all the models were looking right, and I was the announcer. And you think Chip was there?
Yes, he was.
And I don't remember him, but that's very possible. Yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here tonight who were in Juneau in those days, in the year of our Lord, 1964. Whoa. And we've been friends ever since, even though we haven't seen each other. And we've always enjoyed each other's company. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful party.
Come up and play so she can cut loose on the dance floor, basically, right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for being here. There's more drink, there's more food, there's dancing, there's no curfew, we're here all night. I think gelato, okay.
I know it.
Gelato? Let's go, where is that?
Okay, happy birthday, Victoria.
Ticket number 9. big manly voice. Good time and man. And I love his smile, his sweet ways, and I don't understand. You teardrops and laughter will pass this world hand in hand. 'Cause I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. A long time ago, my dreams and just fell by the way. And that good love we promised ain't what I'm living today. But I never complain of the bad times or bad things she's done. No, I just talk about good times and all of the good times to come. I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. And I love him in smile, his weird ways, and I don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we're passing this world hand in hand. 'Cause I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. And I love him in spite of his weird ways and I don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, we're gonna pass this world hand in hand. 'Cause I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. Yes, I'm a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. Thanks so much. Take a moment and pay attention to me for just a sec. I want to invite up a very dear friend of Victoria's to speak for you guys. She's also one of my mentors in the business of creativity. I was introduced to her when I was 16 years old, just 15 years ago now. And she's taken many of my photographs of myself, my children, and my family over the years. And she's also a lady of grace and elegance. Miss Gray Hahn, everybody. Please welcome her to the stage.
Happy birthday, Victoria. This has been incredible, and everybody has really shared so much of who you are and the parties and the events. For me, personally, thank you. You know, we go back to the early 80s when we were young, creative, and we thought outside the box, and we did things our way. And we just broke all the rules, and when I think of you, it was like riding on a magic carpet. And I mean that because I got to be the photographer that would be a part of your events, your weddings, your shows. I mean, so much of it. Just, oh my God, I would go in and I would be so inspired and my mouth would be open. I'd just be in awe of your magic, your creativity. Just, you're the grandmaster. You are. You really are. And I've been all over the world. And I've been to a lot of things. But you're the grandmaster. Really. And I thought about so many parties, and I heard Violet talk about Rod Stewart. Oh my God, I love that party. And you could only choose one photographer, and I got to be that photographer. And I can remember two managers, one from London and one from New York, arguing about where I could photograph. Rod was right there, and he heard everything, and they were going, she has to go way in the back. And Rod said, she can do whatever she wants. So thank you. That was for me. I loved it. It was wonderful. But I do remember one client of mine in West Texas. There's so many events, but Clady Williams.
Yes, lady.
And he lived in the middle of nowhere. And it took an hour once you went through the gates to even get to the house. And he said, my daughter's getting married and I'm gonna have it on the tennis court. And I thought, oh my God, that sounds terrible. And he said, I do this all the time. And I said, you must have Victoria. And he said, oh, I can handle this. I said, no, this is your daughter's wedding. And he agreed. And you pulled it off. You brought in the best team, and it was amazing, of course. Like the way you visualize and do and create, which everybody has shared tonight. The next day, he said, without a doubt, he's never seen anyone work as hard, like 8 women in one. He just went on, and that man was hard to please. And I always thought that was one of the greatest compliments ever.
That was a great wedding.
That was amazing. Yeah, so many stories. I mean, the fundraisers, I mean, all of it. And you know, I wrote a lot of notes, a lot of parties, but oh, I can't forget when you called me and said, Gray, do you want to go to Italy with me? Positano? Of course. And she said, my son, Chip, I don't know where Chip is, but he had rented a villa on the beach by the water. And of course, I wasn't going to pass that up. And one of my favorite, the whole trip was wonderful, getting to experience Italy with you and your family. And I think it was your 85th birthday. Was it? It was a birthday.
It was 2008, yeah.
It was a
It was 2018.
Well, it was a celebration.
Yeah.
And anyway, but what I loved, I don't know where Chip is, but every morning I'd be waking up and he'd be playing the piano upstairs. And I was in heaven. I love the piano. So, you know, I just loved everything that you do and you create, you inspire, and I could just go on and on, but anyway, just wanted to say thank you for taking me on and including me to be a part of so many incredible nights. And you know, I mean, I saw Tom, you know, and I'll never forget the Halloween, you know, people floating and on stilts. I mean, your imagination, your creativity. I mean, everybody's talked about it, but just thank you. Thank you for your gifts.
Thank you, Fran.
I need you to help me throw a party.
Victoria, we love you.
If we could have Willie fly. Reason for feeling so blue. You love me as long as you wanted
Left so, left to right is the tempo. When she could dance, the sunshine go up and down and down and so on in the time. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you jumping the line. Rock your body on time. Everybody come on. Jumping the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you jumping the line. Rock your body, go. That's the best pocket line I've seen all night. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going, yeah, everybody get a spin in there. I'll come do it. Go Jennifer, it's your birthday. We're gonna ride this in there. Keep it going now. To this soul, while the words to this song, it don't matter anyway. Get it, girl! We're jumping the line, rock the body on time. Okay, I believe you're jumping the line, rock the body on time. That's it, I see